Kirby Air Riders is fast approaching, and it's looking like it might just be the greatest racing game ever made. As long as you forget about the fact that people really only like the original Kirby Air Ride because of City Trial mode, and it's kinda looking like that might be a similar case this time, although I will say that the racing does look vastly improved from the original game. And we don't have Top Ride, but who cares about that, because this game has characters in it. Eye Guy, Mushroom Guy, Tongue Guy. Now those guys together make a pretty stacked roster, but ask any hardcore Kirby fan and they'll tell you that there is a giant, demonic eyeball-sized hole in this game. Good afternoon. My name is Jack Monzingo, and I intend on filling that hole. What if I told you that I can, without a shadow of a doubt, predict the upcoming Kirby Air Riders roster before the game comes out? Would you believe me? Well, strap in, because I'm cracking this baby wide open. In order to get this right by the eldritch god of gluttony themselves, I've decided to look at over 1,000 different Kirby characters in order to create the most amazing Kirby Air Riders roster ever to grace mortal eyes. And if you're at home wanting to make your own objectively inferior Kirby Air Riders roster, might I suggest checking out the Kirby Wiki. Not only do they have an alphabetically organized list of every character across the entire Kirby franchise, but they also include a lot of helpful information on each of those characters. Characters like Tuggle, or /Dana Tagarun / Kirby and the Rainbow Diamonds. Because every character is somebody's favorite. Now, in case you've never played a Kirby game before, pause this video immediately, go play Kirby Superstar Ultra, and then come back here and comment down below one paragraph on your favorite part of the game. And do not give me 3 sentences. I'm looking for the full 4 to 5, or you will not be invited to the end of the year pizza party. Now, in case you aren't a huge Kirby fan, you should know that the games are entirely powered by references to previous games. Whether it's a returning boss, or a rare stone transformation depicting 2 characters that haven't seen the light of day in decades, Kirby fans eat this stuff up, and they are ravenous for more. Now, I could stand here all day and talk about why I think every character deserves to be in Kirby Air Riders, thus giving it one of the biggest rosters for a kart racing game ever made. But apparently, that kind of hyperfixation is considered partially unhealthy and mainly uninteresting. So I won't be talking about certain characters like Bronto Burt or Rob. You know, Bronto Burt because, I mean, what would he do? And Rob because, if I can be completely honest, I forgot to collect all of his pieces before getting to the end of the stage, and I'm on a pretty tight deadline here. R.I.P. R.I.P. But without further ado, let's get into it.
Spiders! Spiders! Get them off me!
This isn't going to be the greatest way to start things out, but if I'm going to be honest here, and I think that for a video like this, I really do have to be, I am not the biggest fan of Taranza. Aww. Now, I don't know if it's because I find Kirby Planet Robobot to be the better of the 2 3DS games, or because I have a partial fear of spiders based entirely on the fact that I find it very scary when animals have a bunch of little tiny legs. I mean, have you seen a centipede recently? That's creepy! However, this is a scientific video, and in order to create the perfect Kirby Air Riders roster, I will have to kick my bias straight to the curb. And accept the fact that Taranza was a dream friend in Kirby Star Allies, and that means that Taranza will be in every remaining Kirby game till the end of time, as stated in the ancient texts. So get over here, Taranza. You've earned your spot. Oh my god, that is just a picture of a spider! You can't do that!
We're going up, up,
When talking about characters to represent Kirby's star allies, I think it's pretty obvious why we have to be talking about the Mage Sisters, right? Because this guy makes me uncomfortable and I don't like being around him. Not only is he a cult leader who quite literally sacrifices himself to his god, he also just gives me the heebie-jeebies, and Kirby is not a game that has scary stuff in it. As for the sisters, I assume that Nintendo probably wouldn't put them all into one cart, so it'd probably just be one sister driving and then the other two showing up for their special ability or something. Now, as for who gets to drive, I'd probably have to go with the oldest sister, Zan Partisan. And not just because she's the oldest, okay? Like, all power in the world to the youngest siblings, right? I'm a younger sibling. But I really feel like it's important to expose to the world that Nintendo named these two Francesca and Flamberg, and named this one Zan Partisan.
I was Jekyll, Jekyll, Hyde, Jekyll, Hyde, Hyde, Jekyll, 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 Hyde, Jekyll, Hyde.
Elflin's in a pretty fun place right now because we really don't know a lot about them since they've only been in one game, but what we do know about them is that they were once a part of a multi-dimensional being intent on eradicating all life across all dimensions. You know, sometimes, it's good to know that even as I grow older, modern Kirby has not lost its connection to cosmic horror.
How about this one? I call it bold and brash.
Lesbian icons Adeline and Ribbon are all but guaranteed a spot in Kirby Air Riders. I mean, I can picture it right now. Their special would include Adeline and Ribbon hopping onto a crystal shard and zooming ahead with a burst of speed. All the while, Adeline is dropping little blobs of paint onto the ground that obscure a driver's vision whenever they drive over them. Because you can't have a good racing game if you don't have an item that obscures your vision. Mario Kart has one, real life has one, and Kirby Air Riders will have one. Hey gang, I just checked my watch and it looks like it's time that we hop aboard my magical train as we head off to Speculation Station. Come on! As we all know, the Speculation Station is a safe place where we can talk about our theories we have about our favorite video games, gossip, paint each other's nails, talk about the theories we have on our favorite video games, paint each other's nails. So, like, is the guy who showed up at the end of the Kirby Air Riders Direct Dark Matter? I mean, looking at the two side by side, they definitely look like they're supposed to be Dark Rider. They've got that iconic Dark Rider aesthetic going with the spiky black hair, the gray cape, one eye. I mean, the exhaust pipe coming out of the eye is a fresh new look, I have to add. It looks great. I mean, it pulls it off. And while I am excited that Dark Matter might be showing up in Kirby Air Riders, it does kind of mean that we probably won't be seeing these beautiful faces appear as well. And to any 02 fans that are still out there, I just want you to know that I hear you. I feel for you, and I'm sorry.
Rats, we're rats. We're the rats. We pray at night, we stalk at night. We're the rats.
Look, the obvious choice here would be to make DeRoach the main driver and then have the other members of the Squeak Squad show up during his special to cause havoc or whatever. But I think we're really missing out on a lot of missed potential here by only ever focusing on the big boss man.
Go for it.
I mean, come on. Storo could be this big heavyweight in a sea full of squishy little babies. I'm pretty sure Spinny is a literal ninja, and Doc was there when JFK was assassinated. DeRoche is cool and all. I mean, honestly, he really is. He's one of my favorite villains, but there are some real characters being left on the table here that I think fans would be interested in getting to know. Side note, I kind of imagine that the Squeak Squad sort of does their business like Lex Luthor does in the Superman 2025 movie. In this case, Lex Luthor is DeRoche, and DeRoche is kind of just hanging in the back while Storo, Spinny, and then Doc.
What do I owe you? Nothing. It's for free. Free? Hey! Robbie Rotten! Who did you expect?
When I first watched the Kirby Air Riders Direct, I had one question in my mind. Where is Marx? I don't know if Sakurai is intending on waiting until just before the game comes out to reveal his inclusion or what, but this anticipation is brutal. Oh, sorry. Not for me. I mean, come on. It's just a character from the video game. For Magolor. You see, it all started in Kirby's Return to Dreamland, where Magolor made a tiny reference to Galactic Nova. A reference you understand if you did your homework like I asked. Then jump to Kirby Triple Deluxe and Planet Robobot when suddenly Magolor and Marx are depicted on one of Kirby's stone transformations together. Now it all seems pretty unconnected until you realize that both of these guys are honestly pretty similar to each other. Marx and Magolor both start off their games as sort of unassuming helper type characters. You know, Marx is just trying to, help save the world with any information that he has, and Magolor is just trying to leave the world because he got stranded here. But then as we get closer to the end of the game, that's when their true colors are revealed, and it's shown that these two were both using Kirby for their own evil intentions. So then I ask you, dear viewer, why leave these breadcrumbs for us to find? Why associate these two via stone transformation, the most airtight connection in the entire Kirby lore? It's simple. Matthew Marks and John Alexander Magolor are lovers. Now, I know that might shock some of you, but could you just for a moment listen and acknowledge the fact that all of the facts have been here since the very beginning? Those long walks on the beach, that time Marx laughed so hard, milk came out of their nose, that glisten in Magolor's eyes as they hold back tears, all while Marx holds them close and tells them everything is going to be alright. Do the right thing, Nintendo. Sorry, not Nintendo. Sakurai. I'm sorry, I've just been having these terrible headaches all day. Do you ever get that feeling that your brain is trying to tell you about something that you're pretty sure never happened? Only chaos. Have we done this before? Greatest Mario Kart game ever made. Oh, what's happening? Enough of this nonsense. Now it's me. I think I just need to lie down. Hey guys, that was a lot, huh? I guess I learned the importance of remembering to drink water. But, after our little incident yesterday, I crawled into bed and slept for about 12 hours. When I woke up, I felt better than I have in a long time, if you can believe it. Now, I could have taken that part out of the video or re-recorded it, but I thought it could serve as a lesson for anybody at home on the importance of taking care of yourself. Now, with all that behind us, how about we take a seat and move on to the next part of our video, right? When I talk about nostalgia, what does that mean for you? Well, Webster's Extreme Dictionary, the only very real dictionary just for teens, defines nostalgia as a substance frequently found in liquid form that induces strong, pleasant memories of one's past when consumed. While scientists still don't know the true power of nostalgia, they believe that this rose-tinted effect is the leading cause for things like live-action movies or that weird feeling you get when you think that watching the movie Dougal in current year is a good idea. More importantly than that, though, nostalgia is also the lifeblood in the Kirby franchise. It comes directly from Father Sakurai's body and is infused straight into the game. Now, for most modern Kirby fans, I would probably guess that you think I've already covered all of the most important characters to the Kirby franchise, that those ones that I've already discussed are the most likely to appear in Kirby Air Riders. But then, why is there still so much of the video left? Well, that's the weird part, right? We don't fully understand nostalgia, but all I can say is that the feeling that I get when I see certain characters might be different than the feeling you get when you see certain characters. But that doesn't make either of our feelings more or less valid than the other ones. And if every character is somebody's favorite, then shouldn't they all be remembered?
Gustavo, that song's gonna make the top 10!
Well, thank you.
Top 10 reasons to...
Okay, so yeah, King Dedede kinda already has the Hannah quota filled for this game, but Bonkers has been in almost every mainline Kirby game to date. I think he deserves at least some respect on his name. Maybe a way that they could differentiate him is to have him throw those weird-ass exploding coconuts everywhere. And if I could speak on that for a second, I know that Bonkers is supposed to be a gorilla, and video games have conditioned me to believe that gorillas use coconuts as a weapon. That's not the problem I have. My suspension has already been disbelieved in that regard. My issue is the fact that Bonkers, it just looks like a man. I mean, he's got the body hair of a newborn baby. Most depictions of him are inconsistent as to whether or not he has rounded or pointed ears, and almost all of his official artwork has Bonkers seen in jeans and a belt. I feel like I'm more likely to see Bonkers in a pickup truck than I ever would in a zoo. Even in Forgotten Land, when he should have gotten a new look to make him look more beastly, he instead looks more like a Neanderthal than anything else. So why is he throwing explosive coconuts?
Well. Let me get a look at the menagerie.
Oh, hey, you made it. I was actually hoping to introduce you to some of my friends. We've got hamster, cat, bird, other bird, fish, and, Dumbo octopus? In my opinion, the animal friends are some of the most delightful characters in the entire Kirby franchise, and they're literally just animals. I don't know. Maybe it's the way that Nago flattens Kirby into a pancake in order to generate static electricity, or maybe I just really like cute characters. It could go either way. But no matter how you slice it, I simply love these guys way too much to just pick one character to represent them for Kirby Air Riders. But luckily, through the use of modern technology, I don't have to. Allow me to be the first to introduce you all to Predictotron.
Hello.
You see, by giving Predictotron a prompt like so, Predictotron, what animal friend will be in Kirby Air Riders? Predictotron runs that prompt through their advanced algorithm in order to give me my answer. I know, it sounds like witchcraft, but all of the information of the world is now inside just one machine. And all it takes to run are the souls of my future children. But joke's on Predictotron, because that problem doesn't directly impact me, so I don't care. Alrighty, Predictotron, what you got for me?
Gooey.
Funny joke there, Predictotron. But Gooey's already in the game, so, what you got for me?
Gooey.
Okay, no, Gooey can't be the choice. I mean, yes, he does already come from the same game as the animal friends, but I don't think anybody would really consider him an animal friend.
Gooey.
Hey, couldn't you pick, like, Pitch or Kine or something? Like, I'd even be fine with Rick at this point.
Gooey. Gooey.
Is that
gooey,
all you
gooey,
say?
gooey,
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 gooey, gooey! Oh my god, I screwed over my future kids for this! Oh my god! Kirby is filled with some truly iconic villains. Okay, I'm talking Meta Knight, Dark Matter, Jeff Bezos, and one who I think is pretty criminally underused is Nightmare. And yes, he was used in a spin-off Kirby game as like a secret boss, and yes, he did show up in Smash Ultimate as one of the worst assist trophies of all time, and that's saying something. But I think this guy deserves just a little bit more. Now I know that Nightmare technically comes from Kirby Nightmare and Dreamland, but I mainly know him as that slimy businessman that we saw working for NME in Kirby Right Back Atcha. And as such, I demand he looks exactly like he did in that show. Just look at him. Those insane proportions. I gotta see that chin in 4K.
Attention freaks, it's me.
Yeah, okay, obviously I only picked this one because I thought it was funny that there was a Kirby character who had my name. Don't worry, I'm not actually gonna put Jack on the board. I know that this little weirdo doesn't actually stand a chance at getting in, but I don't know. I guess I just thought it was interesting that if it's true, right, that every character is somebody's favorite, maybe that means I could.
Relax, she's not my aunt. She just takes in bots who are, broke. Bless her little heart.
Well, then why is she called Aunt Fanny?
We couldn't call her Aunt Booty.
Whoa!
Hey guys, it's your friend, Jack. I never wanted to have to make a video like this. Never thought in a million years I would have to, but I already know that a lot of you have heard some certain news going around right now, and I just wanted to go ahead and just get ahead of everything before it spirals out of our control. My team and I are well aware of the negative press surrounding Mr. Frosty allegedly swallowing singer-songwriter Billy Ray Cyrus and then spitting him out as a giant ice block. Our hearts and minds and bodies and souls go out to the Cyrus family at this time. A truly, truly terrible, terrible time in our country. However, my team and I do still believe that Frosty has been in a lot of games, just like Bonkers, and should thus be allowed to be in the upcoming Kirby game. And I know that that simple apology wouldn't be enough to sway over fans. I mean, we love your passion. You guys, you have so much energy and love towards this series, and we love that about you. And so I knew that just coming on here and apologizing, it wouldn't be enough for you. So I won't. But I've got something that might just be a little bit better.
This is something new, the Casper Slide Part 2, featuring the Platinum Band. And this time, we're gonna get fun.
Coffee Gregus and Pokey Part 2. If you know, you know. I'm not gonna lie, my entire thought process behind putting Cha-Cha onto this list was just, oh my gosh, I love their cute, quirky design. Whoa, their special should be them sprinting forward, shaking their maracas, and destroying everything in their path. Put them in the game. That's right, kids. Sometimes things really are just that easy. I imagine that at this point, some of you might be wondering why I'm including certain more oddball Kirby enemy characters rather than the more iconic, normal enemies that appear in a lot of the games, like Sir Cutter or Poppy Rose Jr. Well, I guess it kind of boils down to a few things, a few reasons that I have. First of all, I think that really when making this video, it's important that I talk about the more obscure Kirby characters that are littered all throughout the lore. I mean, this guy's got a weird little hat, and he's like a robot thing, and he does yo-yo tricks. You can't tell me that that's not interesting, right? I mean, who doesn't love Jim or Dime or Gin? I'm gonna say it's Dime. What I'm trying to say is that part of doing this is so that I can sort of shine a light down on the more obscure characters in the lore, because there are tons of really cool character designs and things that people might not really be aware of in Kirby history that I think it's really important that I talk about. On the other hand, I have this theory that they aren't going to include certain characters in the game that are already associated with copy abilities that are in the game. So for instance, we're not going to see Sir Cutter as a playable character because Cutter has now been added as a copy ability in the game. Because if you think about it, the entire purpose of Sir Cutter or Poppy Bros or whatever, it's tied into their copy ability. Knuckle Joe is in the game, but I don't expect Fighter to be a playable sort of copy ability that you can get. Because what would they give the Fighter ability as a power-up that would end up being different from Knuckle Joe as a playable character? So, when I think about Sir Cutter, I'm like, the only thing he does is throw a boomerang blade out. What are you gonna give him for his passive ability? He can continue to throw his boomerang blade out, and then his special ability is him throwing a really big one that attacks everybody in the area, and it's really strong, and it knocks them out and does a ton of damage to them, and forget everything I said. Welcome back to the speculation station, where all of our wildest dreams can come true. Since we've last been here, I've made a few touches to the design. You probably noticed I've gotten a potted plant for the feng shui. Say hi. They're shy. Today, I want to talk about copy abilities. you know, the bread and butter of the Kirby franchise, and I wanted to discuss what we might see going forward. The copy abilities that we know of in Kirby Air Riders so far are Cutter, Fire, Sword, Jet, Wheel, Mic, Bomb, Plasma, and Steel Ball. Steel Ball? Is that a JoJo reference? And these are the copy abilities that were in the first Kirby Air Ride game, but haven't shown up, as far as we know, in Kirby Air Riders. Freeze, Wing, Needle, Tornado, and Sleep. Now, I'm not going to speculate on whether or not those copy abilities are in the game. I'm just going to assume that they ported them straight over from Air Ride. However, if Sleep isn't in the game, I would love to see Naughty as a playable character. I mean, she is an icon. Being able to sleep whenever you want, no matter the circumstances, oh my god, I wish that were me. Now how about we rapid fire some copy abilities that I think might make it into the game. Stone. A new junk power-up, sort of like Sleep, where you'll slide to a halt as a rock transformation. There are rare forms, and there is an achievement for collecting all of them. Drill. Turn into a powerful drill and destroy anybody in your path. Laser. Shoot off a powerful beam of energy that bounces off every surface it touches and builds power every time it does. On certain tracks, this thing can build up so much power that it can knock out even the strongest vehicles. Bubble. Throw bubbles onto the track and lower the top speed of whoever runs into them. Magic. Reach into your hat and pull out either a healing item, damaging cards that surround the player, doves that will seek out any opponent, a boxing glove that you can throw onto the track and leave as a trap to hit anybody who passes by, any random copy ability, or a giant bomb that explodes with you at the center. Clean. Use the sweeping power of a broom to push you forward after you break. Great for sharp turns. Storm. Shoutouts to user Dana Tagarung / Kirby and the Rainbow Diamonds for the concept. Storm works a lot like the Plasma power-up in Kirby Air Ride. Unleashing the power at level 1 causes you to shoot out little tornadoes that bounce around the track to hit opponents. The second level has you shoot out icicles that slow anybody that they touch. The third level has you shoot out a large wave of water that attacks both in front and behind you. And the final level summons a giant...
I don't wanna be another goddamn project. Don't put me in a box.
I'm gonna be honest, I love Boxy's design. It's sort of this weird thing where, yes, they are a Kirby character, but I could also see Boxy as like a horror antagonist. I wonder why. But my love for Boxy can't simply be expressed with words. No, I think it has to be expressed through song. Box! Box! They are... They are... Box! Finally showed up.
You don't start us
We might have to pay for this. And it's all your fault.
You think this is funny?
In a cosmic sort of way, yes.
Well, Mr. Funny Man, is this how you get your sick kicks?
What? It's just an ordinary crabby... Oh my goodness!
I hate this character design. And this has nothing to do with furries, by the way. This is just... No. I think that if Elfilin doesn't make it into the game, which would be a great tragedy, then Clawreline probably will. Because, you know, sex appeal. I'm tired. I need to be gone.
Oil me up, Daddy. It's dinner time, and I'm a little chump boy soup cook.
Gator? I hardly know her. Galactonite needs no introduction, because you all fought him as Meta Knight in Meta Nightmare Ultra in the hit game Kirby Superstar Ultra, right? There's kind of an argument for the possibility of Galactonite both being in the game and not being in the game. The biggest factor that could lead into whether or not Galactonite is actually in the game is whether or not he would be considered as a costume. And currently, we're kind of in a weird spot because we've only seen a few different costumes, and they really don't look like they would be detailed enough to match the level of detail that is in a character like Galactonite. But maybe it's just like Smash Ultimate, where we get Galactonite as an alternate skin for Meta Knight. I don't know. The character is cool and pretty iconic enough that I think that they should be able to get in the game, but, you know, if we see more in the future, I would also probably lean on the side of them being a costume. Now, if we want to talk about Dark Meta Knight, the other potential Meta Knight costume, yeah, I don't think that guy's gonna be a playable character. I mean, it's literally just Meta Knight if Meta Knight got into a little bicycle accident, got a scar on his face, and then made that his entire personality.
Nobody can save you now.
Zebedee, Zebedee, Zebedee!
Spring-a-ling! Yeah, in case you haven't noticed that this entire video has just been a thinly veiled excuse for me to talk about Kirby characters, I want to talk about Bouncy and the sort of weird character design choice that they have with Kirby characters, which is the constant need to create new characters that are pink with red in them, especially pink with a red bow. You got Choo Choo, Bouncy, Boxy, and then they're all the same color scheme as Kirby themselves. I have nothing wrong with it, I just think it's weird that it happens so many times. I'm honestly excited to see what the new pink character with a red bow is. I hope it's me. It's clear to everyone that when I'm talking about one of these characters from Kirby 64, I'm thinking of them in Kirby Air Riders and their original game's resolution. Look at that crusty ass JPEG. Isn't that beautiful? Anyways, Acro is a whale and he's in the game.
Hey. Oh shit. Oh fuck.
I think everybody has their moments where they're at least a little like Scarfy. You know, one moment you're a kind, happy-go-lucky person, and then somebody does something that just really pushes you over the edge, and you turn into a literal demon. I think that the idea of a racing character where every time they take damage or bump into a wall or get a funny look by one of their opposing racers, they turn into a demonic version of themselves, which has, like, I don't know, different stats or something, is an inherently very interesting concept. And now for their special, I imagine that Scarfy would turn into like a swarm of Scarfies. Like a clump of Scarfies. A just giant mass of Scarfies raining down terror from everywhere around everybody in the entire track. Just demonic faces that will hunt you down and end your life. And then they turn back to just their normal, cute little self.
People continually say, I can't draw a straight line. I don't have the talent, Bob, to do what you're doing. That's baloney. Talent is a pursued interest. In other words, anything that you're willing to practice, you can do. And this is no exception.
Look, I'm not gonna just stand here and say that Paint Roller is Banksy, end of story, okay? But what I will say is that we still don't know who Banksy is, and I think that it might be a little bit premature to just go around and say that Banksy isn't Paint Roller. Let's look at the facts. The most obvious comparison to make would be saying that Banksy has yet to be caught, and therefore must be pretty fast. And what's a faster mode of transportation than roller skates? But if that were the only comparison that I would make, then there's nothing to say that Banksy isn't just Beat from Jet Set Radio. Now, instead, I think the better comparison lies within each of their art. Banksy creates art with a purpose and a meaning. Their art not only frequently questions what it really means to be alive as a human, but it also shines a light down on the horrors of our own society, particularly within capitalism and fascism. Paint Roller, on the other hand, uses their art to fight back against a gluttonous force that continuously steals from and harms the population of the world that they live in. Sound familiar?
And his name is Bugsy!
I have nothing to back this up, and I am not personally a fan of the WWE, but I do think that Bugsy would destroy everybody in a ring.
Fight! Fired up tonight. I may do some sort of championship dance tonight.
Bugsy!
Win!
And I will not be taking any criticism on that.
You know, the question I get asked most often is, Tony, how do you go to the bathroom in the suit? Just like that.
I guess the people at HAL picked up one of these because they've been sleeping on my girl Iron Man. Not only is she an absolute unit, a tank of a character who can shoot off her fists like rockets.
3, 2, 1.
Sometimes I find myself trapped in the vast emptiness of space, powerless to do anything other than float, hopeful that something will come along to change my path. It can feel like I'm stuck there for days. Time feels different out there. But just when I start to lose hope, something always pulls me back. She is also absolutely serving while doing it. Iron Man is the female representation that we need in Kirby games. Somebody who is strong, not afraid to get their hands dirty, and will absolutely kick ass when they need to.
Monster? That's ridiculous. There's no monster in this castle. Yes, there is. It's big and it's scary and it eats everything in sight. That's King Dedede.
Escargoon has been MIA from the Kirby series for way too long, and honestly, I don't know why. I mean, I think a lot of people really liked Escargoon in the original anime, and if anybody was going to be bridged over from the show into the games, wouldn't it be King Dedede's right-hand man? I guess ultimately I'm just sort of worried about King Dedede. I mean, who's been tucking him in at night or giving him sweet little forehead kisses? I mean, I know I haven't been doing it for a while, and I have the DMs to prove that. Look, at this point, I don't really care how ridiculous it might seem to ask for a character like Eskar Goon to be in the game. Kirby Air Riders is looking like it's going to be the peak of nostalgia, and I am treating it as such. Every Kirby character should have a place in a game like this. Every character. Kiki from Dreamland 3. Baron Gallic from the Kirby novels that haven't even been translated into English officially. He's in it. Parara. Booler. Samus in the Metroid Star. If they have even set foot in any kind of Kirby product, they will be in this game. Because if every character is somebody's favorite, then no character should ever be forgotten.
That's right, Jack.
Who said that?
We did.
Your memory of us forgotten characters gave us life.
Oh. Cool, I guess.
Now we can play forever.
Yay!
Well, no, I can't play forever. I mean, this all has to end eventually.
You want it to end, but we just got here.
Gotta finish the video at some point.
They want to kill us.
Don't our lives matter to you? I thought you cared for creatures like us. Yeah, it's not like we're figments of your imagination or something.
I never said
This
you
isn't
were.
fair. I had so many plans we were gonna go
Okay,
through.
guys, calm down. God, can you be quiet for a second? You're starting to really bug. Wait, I thought that these. Oh God, can you just give me a moment to think? Please, for a second, or just. I never woke up.
We used to be so close. We played games and went on adventures. And you grew up and you forgot about me. But now we can play together forever.
Wow, things got pretty weird there, right guys? But I can assure you everything is okay. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking it and subscribing to the channel. That way you won't miss what happens next. Trust me, you're not gonna want to miss it. And if you want to see more from me, you should follow me on Twitch, where I'll be playing tons of Kirby Air Riders and other wacky games. See you soon.
I failed. I cut corners, I took less time on areas that needed it. I even misnamed Sir Kibble like 5 times and kept that in. But I still couldn't get the video out on time. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. Maybe I deserve to be out here. I belong out here, floating in space.